Hello and welcome to Storytime with Mr. Roger. Today's story is brought to you by the letter A. A, in this case, is not for apple, but instead it's for anger. And also the letter O, which is for ouch, which is sometimes what anger leads to. So here's the story. This is a story that happened a while back, but it's still fairly fresh in my memory. In fact, my wife and I had just gotten married. We're living in this awesome farmhouse in North Dakota, and we're going to be farmers. But until I become a farmer, I'm working at the John Deere dealer as a diesel mechanic. Now, I've got mad respect for mechanics. I am blue collar at heart, but I did not love being a diesel mechanic. Your hands are never clean. They always smell like diesel. They were so dry from all the fluids that they were cracked and painful, and it was like, And so anyway, I generally would leave at 6 a.m. I'd get home at 6 p.m. or later, and I was always tired and just kind of a little miserable maybe at that point. And so anyway, I come home from work, and my wife and her younger brother, who was 7 or 8 at the time, they'd just been hanging out, having a great time all day. And so when I got home, they were ready to play. And they had set up this slip and slide out in our yard. And they're like, "Come on, go on the slip and slide." And I'm like, "No, I'm not going on a slip and slide. I'm tired." They're like, "Come on, go on the slip and slide." And I'm like, "No, I'm grumpy. I'm tired. Just leave me alone." And they would not leave me alone. And so they kind of got what they deserved, because here's what they got. So in a fit of anger, I just stripped down, completely stripped down, took off running, hit that slip and slide, and I'm about 5 foot into this 15-foot slide, and it has become abundantly apparent that I'm going to go way past the end. And that's exactly what happened. There is a lot less friction when you go down a slip and slide with no clothes on than when you have pants on. And so I go flying past the end of the slip and slide, and I probably slide another 10 to 15 feet on the grass. Needless to say, I got an incredible grass burn. It was, ouch, very painful. And in fact, it probably took me a week to actually be able to sit comfortably again. And so my anger had caused me pain. And so, just when you're angry, it's important how you respond to that anger, okay? Because, it's okay to be angry. Like Jesus was angry when the people were misusing the temple. And it's okay for us to be angry at injustice and children being abused and women being trafficked, and it's okay to be angry at that. But what's important to remember is how we respond, how we channel that anger. And so, the Bible says, hey, be angry and sin not. So again, it's okay to be angry. Don't sin. Sin is painful, and in my case, very painful. And it had direct consequences. So anyway, that's our word for the day, anger. And I hope you enjoyed this story from Mr. Roger. And I'll be back very soon with another story brought to you by most likely a different letter. Have a great night.